Buckle up, everyone, because today we're diving headfirst into the exhilarating world of speed.
Speed.
Specifically, we'll be exploring the top 20 fastest humans ever based on their 100-meter times.
Yes, the 100-meter dash. The gold standard for measuring pure, unadulterated speed.
It really is. And just to be clear, we're sticking strictly to those recorded times. No need to get bogged down in debates about wind assistance or any of that.
Right, right.
This deep dive is all about celebrating those incredible athletic achievements.
Exactly. The raw power and precision these athletes bring to the track.
It's mind-blowing. And get this, we're going to uncover some fascinating stuff, like how much faster is Usain Bolt's record than everyone else's, which country dominates this list, and of course, who is the fastest woman to ever grace the track?
Oh, those are good questions.
So let's jump right in, shall we? Starting with the men's list.
Okay, great. Looking at the top 10, one thing that immediately jumps out at you is that 6 of these fastest men all come from the same place.
6 out of 10, that's got to be Jamaica, right?
You got it. Jamaica. Their dominance in sprinting is really something else.
It's incredible. Makes you wonder, what is it about Jamaica that produces so many world-class sprinters?
Well, that's a question that keeps researchers busy, you know?
Yeah, I bet.
Some theories point to a strong cultural emphasis on speed and athleticism nurtured from a very young age.
Imagine like a young Jamaican kid watching Usain Bolt, their fellow countryman, blazing across that finish line.
Oh, absolutely. The national pride must be through the roof.
So inspiring. But let's not forget about the intense training programs they have, starting early.
Right. Jamaica's really developed a system for nurturing that sprinting talent.
It's remarkable. Really unparalleled.
And then there's even speculation about potential genetic factors at play.
Oh, interesting.
Some studies suggest that certain muscle fiber types, more common in Jamaican populations, might give them an edge in sprinting.
Wow, so it could be this fascinating mix of nature and nurture.
Exactly.
Speaking of nature and nurture, we can't talk about sprinting without mentioning the legend himself, Usain Bolt.
Oh, of course, the one and only.
His 9.58-second record. It's mind-boggling, isn't it?
Mind-boggling. To really grasp how astonishing that is, let's look at Tyson Gay, the second fastest, who clocked in at 9.69.
Okay, so a difference of just 0.11 seconds.
It seems tiny, but at this level, it's a world of separation.
It's like a whole other universe of speed.
Exactly.
So what makes Bolt so unique? Is it his stride length, that raw power?
It's a perfect storm of factors, you see. He's got these incredible biomechanics. His height, which you might think would be a disadvantage, actually works in his favor, those long strides, you know?
Yeah. But it's got to be more than just long legs.
Oh, it is. It's also the sheer power he generates with each push off the ground.
I remember watching him in the 2009 World Championships. It was unreal.
I bet.
Like seeing a cheetah in human form, the way he seemed to just glide across that track.
Effortless, right?
And that charisma, too. Bolt had that star power, drawing everyone's eyes to him.
Definitely. He was a showman.
And it's not just Jamaica producing these incredible athletes.
Right.
I was looking at the list, and there's Ferdinand Omanyala.
Oh, yes?
He's from Kenya and broke into the top 11. Pretty impressive.
It is. It really challenges those preconceived notions of where sprinting talent comes from.
Exactly. A reminder that raw speed can emerge anywhere in the world.
Absolutely.
All right, let's switch gears and talk about the women who've dominated the 100-meter dash.
Sounds good.
First up, a name that needs no introduction. Florence Griffith Joyner. FloJo, as she was known.
FloJo, a true legend.
Her 1988 record of 10.49 seconds. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. More untouchable than Bolt's record, if you can believe that.
It's been over 3 decades, and no one's even come close. What makes her record so enduring?
Well, we have to acknowledge there's been some debate surrounding that performance.
Right, some speculation about tailwinds, right?
Exactly.
But officially, her time stands, and regardless, her athleticism was undeniable.
Oh, absolutely. Pure power and grace.
And her impact went way beyond the track. That style, that confidence. She became an icon, especially for women.
A true trailblazer.
Absolutely. Now, another athlete whose story is a bit more complex, Marion Jones.
Yeah.
Despite the controversies, her 10.65-second time is still one of the fastest ever.
It is. A reminder that the world of sports is rarely black and white.
It's true. But remember, we're here to celebrate those accomplishments on the track.
Right.
Speaking of achievements, let's talk about a woman whose longevity in the sport is almost as impressive as her speed. Merlene Ottey, the queen of the track.
Queen of the track, a fitting title.
That nickname says it all. A career spanning decades, competing at an elite level well into her 40s.
Think about the physical demands of sprinting. Most careers are relatively short.
Exactly. It's mind-blowing.
Audie is truly an exception, a testament to her incredible dedication and discipline.
It's inspiring, to say the least. Okay, so we've talked about the legends, but what about the rising stars? Who are we keeping our eyes on these days?
Well, one name that immediately comes to mind is Sha'Carri Richardson.
Oh, yes, I've heard of her.
She's a force to be reckoned with, that blazing speed and that dynamic personality.
Her 10.71 second time, she's already up there with the greats.
She is. And she's just getting started. Imagine the potential.
It's exciting to think about. So we've met some of the fastest humans on the planet. Now, I'm curious, what does it take to reach that level of speed? It can't just be natural talent, right?
Oh, you're absolutely right. They train relentlessly. It's this fascinating blend of science, discipline, and sheer willpower.
Okay, so let's break this down.
Let's do it.
Okay, so break it down for us. What does a typical training regimen look like for one of these elite sprinters?
Well, imagine intense strength training, building those powerful leg muscles. Then you got plyometrics for explosive power and, of course, countless hours on the track.
Right, got to put in the work.
Oh, yeah, perfecting their technique and building that speed endurance.
So it's a lot more than just running fast, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's this multifaceted approach. They work closely with coaches, trainers, nutritionists, even sports psychologists, fine-tuning every aspect of their performance.
So it's like they're treating their bodies as these high-performance machines.
Exactly. Constantly tweaking and optimizing for maximum speed.
And just like with any machine, I'm guessing scientists have been studying these elite sprinters.
I know they have.
Trying to figure out, what makes them so fast.
Exactly. The biomechanics of speed. It gets pretty technical.
I bet. What have they learned? Is there like a secret formula for speed?
Well, no magic formula, but there are definitely some key ingredients.
Okay, like what?
For example, elite sprinters tend to have a higher percentage of fast-twitch muscle fibers.
Fast twitch, those are the ones responsible for quick, powerful bursts, right?
Exactly, those rapid, explosive movements.
So they're literally wired for speed.
In a way, yes, but we can't forget about technique.
Technique, right. How much of a difference does that make?
Technique is crucial. Every stride is like a carefully orchestrated symphony of movements.
I love that analogy.
They've mastered that art of generating force from the ground, transferring that energy efficiently through their bodies.
It's beautiful to watch, isn't it?
Mm.
They make it look so effortless, just gliding across the track.
They do make it look easy, but that takes years of practice.
Years of dedication, for sure. And I imagine the mental aspect is huge, too.
Oh, absolutely. The mental game is crucial. They have to be incredibly focused.
Yeah, to handle all that pressure.
Exactly. They're not just racing against their opponents. They're pushing their own limits.
Like an internal battle against themselves, striving for that extra millisecond of speed.
A true testament to the power of the human spirit. And, their achievements inspire countless aspiring athletes around the world.
Oh, I bet.
It's a reminder of what's possible with hard work, dedication, and a belief in yourself.
It's about pushing those boundaries of human potential.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that we can achieve incredible things if we set our minds to it.
I love that. Now, let's not forget the team behind these champions.
The coaches, the trainers, the family.
Exactly. They all play a crucial role.
It's a beautiful reminder that even in a sport that seems individualistic, it's a collective effort.
Very true. That shared belief in a common goal.
And speaking of pushing limits, the world of sprinting is constantly evolving.
Oh, it is. New technologies, training methods, always emerging.
Makes you wonder what the future holds, what new records will be broken.
Yeah, what new innovations will redefine the boundaries of speed? Exciting questions.
So what factors do you think will shape this evolution?
Well, for one, we've got these incredible advancements in sports science, training methods.
Right, getting more sophisticated all the time.
We're gaining a deeper understanding of human physiology and biomechanics, leading to more effective training programs.
So we're constantly unlocking new levels of human performance.
Exactly. And technology's a game changer. Think motion capture systems, wearable sensors, all tracking and analyzing those tiny details.
Wow. It's like having a high-tech pit crew for your body.
A great analogy. But what about genetics? That's a big one, right?
Genetics. Are we talking designer babies? Genetically engineered for Olympic glory?
Whoa, hold on. Not quite that far yet.
Okay.
Genetics plays a role, for sure, but it's not the whole story.
Right, it's not deterministic.
Environment, training, nutrition, all these factors contribute.
It's that classic nature versus nurture debate playing out on the track.
Exactly. Think of it this way. Genetics provides the blueprint, but hard work and dedication build the final structure.
Makes sense. So what emerging trends in sprinting have you particularly excited?
One that's really interesting is this focus on injury prevention.
Oh, that's important.
Sprinting is so demanding on the body, and a lot of athletes struggle with injuries.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So researchers are working on new methods to help mitigate these risks, extend their careers.
Smart. It's about pushing those limits, but also ensuring the well-being of these athletes.
Exactly, finding that balance. And we're also seeing a big emphasis on data analysis and personalized training.
Personalized, so tailoring those training plans to each athlete's needs.
Right, leveraging all that data from wearable sensors and whatnot.
Wow, it's like having a custom-designed roadmap for success based on your unique physical blueprint.
I like that. But it's not all just physical, right?
Right, the mental game.
Sports psychology is playing a bigger role than ever.
Interesting.
Athletes are using visualization, mindfulness, all sorts of strategies to enhance their focus.
It's like training your brain to be as strong and agile as your body.
Exactly. So, out of all this, the science, the training, what's the one key takeaway for our listeners?
That's a great question. What would you say?
I'd say the biggest takeaway is that human potential is boundless. These athletes are pushing the limits of what we thought was possible, inspiring us to strive for greatness in our own lives.
Powerful message. And remember, everyone, this is just a glimpse into this incredible world of sprinting.
Oh, just scratching the surface.
There's so much more to discover, to explore.
Keep those questions coming. Stay curious.
Absolutely. So on that note, let's take a moment to reflect on all this amazing stuff before we wrap up this incredible deep dive into sprinting.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the final lap. So we've talked about the records, the training, the science behind sprinting. But there's another side to it, isn't there? Like its impact on culture and society.
You're right. Sprinting isn't just a sport. It's woven into the fabric of human history. It's a cultural phenomenon.
It really is.
Yeah.
Think about the Olympics, for example. The 100-meter final, it's like the main event, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. A global spectacle, captivating audiences worldwide.
It brings people together from all over, doesn't it? United by that shared moment of excitement.
Transcends national boundaries, for sure. And it's not just about the physical feat.
Right, it's about the stories behind it all.
The rivalries, the triumphs, the heartbreaks, it's all part of the drama.
Those stories connect with us, don't they, on a human level?
They do. They remind us of our own struggles, aspirations, that pursuit of dreams.
Absolutely. And sometimes those stories reflect the social and political climate of the time, too, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Think about Jesse Owens, his triumph in the 1936 Berlin Olympics.
Powerful statement against Nazi ideology.
It was. And then you have Tommy Smith and John Carlos, their Black Power salute in 1968.
That iconic image, a protest against racial injustice in America.
Moments like those, they went beyond sport, became symbols of hope, resistance, the fight for equality.
Sport can be a powerful platform for change, can't it?
Absolutely. It challenges the status quo, inspires dialogue.
A race that lasts less than 10 seconds. And it can have such a profound impact on society.
It's incredible. So much meaning packed into those fleeting moments.
It shows how sports are never just about sports, right? They're a mirror to our shared human experience.
A reflection of our values, our struggles, our triumphs.
So looking ahead, what do you think the future holds for sprinting? Not just in terms of performance, but, its cultural impact.
Well, I think we'll see a continued push for inclusivity and diversity.
I'd love to see that. The sport becoming more representative of our global community.
Exactly. And who knows what technological advancements we'll see. Imagine augmented sprinters, enhanced by technology.
Wow. Pushing those boundaries even further.
The possibilities are endless. So as we wrap up this deep dive into sprinting, I want to leave you with a thought.
Okay, shoot.
What limits will be broken next? What stories will be told? How will sprinting continue to shape our world? Keep those questions in mind. The future of sprinting is bright. It's full of potential.
That's a perfect note to end on. This has been an incredible journey exploring the world of speed.
It has been.
And I hope it's inspired you all to appreciate not just those athletic achievements, but also the deeper impact of this sport.
The cultural significance, the human stories.
So keep exploring, keep pushing those limits, and never stop being amazed by what humans can achieve.
Or to said it better myself.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.